Yo, what up? What up? What up? You already know. You already know. We locked in is in the building. What's up? What's up,
Salute,
man?
salute, salute.
The Hocus 4/5, the rabbit hole. The
Hey,
rabbit hole up in the building with us. You already
Salute.
know, sir.
you're ready. We here.
It's a pleasure, man. What's up, man? What's up, Hocus, man? Talk to the peoples, man.
Oh, everything good, man. Thanks for having me, bro. You're ready. I'm
Appreciate you,
good.
bro.
Healthy.
Man,
We
it's an
appreciate you
honor,
working
man.
with
It's
us
an
too.
honor, man.
It's crazy because I had told him. I said, bro, we got it. I said, yo, man. I said, the Hocus did a great thing. You got it. Like, what, man? Pull him up.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah, like, nigga, holla at him. See what's up, man. So that's the bro, man.
what
Oh,
you
that's what
doing?
we got to do, man. When real people start connecting and doing real stuff, man, that's what change got to happen. You know?
That's a fact. We got a lot going on, man. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, the funny thing was that I actually so yesterday I think KK put in the chat the recent interview you did with the young bro Kay Flocka, and he put under the link Kay Flocka announces it's Shahada. So I'm like, hold on, I gotta come back to this later. I'm too busy. My day is crazy, right? This is I'm like, I feel so good, but I'm like, this is a lot. And as I was driving home, my wife and I, we actually listened to the interview, and I was very excited. So I was like, yo, this is a great opportunity. And then today, now I'm talking to KK like, yo, I know Hocus. I'm like, what? What? Can you call him? Like, he's like, can you
You're
call him
ready.
on? And like, what do you mean you know him? This is
So
something we need to talk about, right?
like, get him up here, man. We got to get him up here.
Nah, this is important right here. So definitely, man, we got a lot to talk about, man.
Yeah, man. So, how is he? First of all, how is he feeling? I know he's in a box. How is he feeling? How is he doing, man? What's
Hold,
going on?
hold, hold on. I apologize, Mikey. I'm hearing some
Is
background
that
noise.
me?
I'm not sure.
Let's
I'm
see.
not sure.
I think it is KK. Yeah, that's you,
Yeah,
KK.
KK. Wait, hold on, let me move that.
Yeah, that's KK.
Now, pardon me, Mike. I apologize. Go ahead, brother.
But how was Kay Flocka holding up? What's going on with him? I know how it is with cases, and we can't talk too much about that. But how is he? How is he holding up? I see you in contact with him. That's good that you're holding him down. You said you can send him a lot of good books and all that. We need that information and we need that stuff. But how is he? How much time does he have in the box? And how is he going with those conditions? How is he doing?
Dan, you know what? I forgot to ask him how much time he got in the box. I didn't get to that. But he's definitely he holding his head, man. He's sitting in them four walls, and he's just like he just realizing that everything that he was doing out here, the people that's important to him, he should have been, focusing more on that than a lot of people walked out of his life was what he said. You know what I'm saying? And
Already?
we all been in that predicament, and it happened to all of us. So,
Already he walked out of his life already?
yeah, he said that. He said a lot of people who act like they were there for him ain't there for him. And but he felt good though. He's not stressing. He's real confident, passionate. He actually reached out to me and wanted to push this. So I immediately said, "Oh, come on, let's go." I'm so happy you want to do this because the influence that he got right now over the youth is, you know what I mean? I don't think nobody could do it like he can.
Right.
As far as reaching them.
Right.
Yeah, so he good though. He in the box and he good. He just wanted to put out that message. Why he did, and he gonna keep putting out that message. He's actually, an anti-gun violence advocate now. He's officially stamping himself as that, and this is what he's gonna do.
Oh, that's great.
I think that's important. I think that's important. I mean, it's challenging for him being young. He is a leader, and that's good to see him grow into that leadership in that matter. I think what's the challenging part is, are the youth going to be receptive to it because it's coming from Kay Flocka, right? Will some people question like whether or not, because of his circumstances, he's now in a situation where it's like, all right, we all jammed up, and we've all been there. Hocus, you've been there. Mikey, I've been there. KK, you've been. We've all been in a situation where we jammed up in the box, or we somewhere, right? And we understand what those conditions are. I think one of the questions that I had was whether or not the youth would be receptive to it, based on the fact that he's currently going through. And none of us has those answers, but it's just something that I want to ask you if you provide some clarity to that.
Well, when you look at it, right? So The interview already went viral because everybody picked it up because it's Kay Flocka, right? So I'm watching, I'm looking at all the comments, and it's 50-50. There's a lot of salutes, then it's a lot of ignorance. It's
Yeah.
and I can tell they're young people. And a lot of people don't believe, oh, you're gonna come out and do the same thing. Oh, you're just saying that because you're in jail. Like some people don't get it because they never was in that position. So it's like right now it's like 50-50. But I don't really think that matters. What matters more is the message that he's putting out and that is resonating. It is resonating. You know what I'm saying? And people the youth gonna follow him, man. Like, let the ignorant be the ignorant. Those are the ones who's gonna stay ignorant anyway.
I'm
You know what I'm
glad.
saying?
Go ahead. What you gonna say? You about to say something?
Yeah, yeah. Now, one of the things I had liked that he was doing, when he was actually illustrating what was going on and the conditions in there and sharing that, because dudes, people get so caught up. Oh yeah, in the joint and your man in there, and like really the hardships, because the water, the food, like he really was like stressing that, showing like, bro, this is not it. He want to be where we're at. You want to they take advantage of things as far as family is concerned, being with friends, being able to just enjoy your freedom, and a lot of time people don't really understand that until it's really, really taken and you sitting in the cell, and the only thing you got to look at is them damn walls around you, and you just imagining stuff. And I wish I could. I wish and then you just get hit with reality, and it's crazy. One of the things we were discussing, Hocus, when he first had gotten to his situation, we did an episode like just showing him love, and giving him some advice. We were just like, yo, we just want to give him some advice. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like you go in there, do this, do that, and to see this happen, and then you kind of, the same thing. Y'all seen what books you need, and it
Right.
just shows is it's like that trend, that camaraderie, and it's like that's what needs to be pushed. You know what I'm saying? That's what needs to be pushed instead of the nonsense, man. And I'm just thankful that you actually, you know, you just keeping it on, man. Just keeping that trend going, man. Just being solid and having integrity and pushing what's right. Because a lot of dudes in their platforms and what they're doing, like they're not doing that, at all. They'll just try to spin it some type of way instead of really, really promoting it. And we were discussing just like it's like a success for us, just to be able to. We was like, yo, we're free Kay Flocka. You know, we ain't going into the issue of the case. We ain't going into none of that. We know a young brother got jammed up, whatever. Let's just tell him what to do in this situation. And we don't know if he heard it, whether it was passed on to him or not. But the beauty is he he did it. He took the steps.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And you know what? Kay Flock is he well connected, right? He's somebody that the industry, he well connected in the industry a lot. Like he could pick up and call anybody, and they would have picked up their phone for him to deliver this message. But he called me, you know what I'm saying, and that meant a lot to me because before he went in, I planted those seeds. I used to talk to him when he was, when he was doing this thing. I used to talk to him from here, like be on the phone with him. Yo, big bro, yo, you right, this, and that. I could tell while he's sitting in that cell, he thought about everything that I told him. You know what I mean? He's no, not only I could tell, he told me that he did. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm like, and I know even for y'all, it can make y'all. That's why I know you saying that, KK, make you feel more better now to say free. It's been free Kay Flocka, even if he was still ignorant, like he don't understand yet. But he gonna get it one day. But he got it. Free Kay Flocka. Like,
Yeah.
what I mean?
You're right.
That's a good point. That's a good
A
point.
lot of people don't understand that when you apologize for doing whatever you do or the lifestyle that you live, if you continue to do the same things that you're doing, then your apology can never be sincere. And if you're going to make a change, you got to make the change for real. So, being that we speaking on that, I heard he took a Shahada. What about is that true? What's going on? Did he take a Shahada? Did he stop banging? Like, what is the story on that?
Yeah, he took his Shahada. He's definitely, he's Muslim. He said it out his own mouth. He told the world. You know what I'm saying? That was a surprise to me also. You know what I mean? He never spoke about that before. And I was like, okay, he's soul searching. He's trying to find himself. He's trying to find God. He's trying to find purpose. Like he knows purpose ain't gangbanging or whatever they accusing him of doing. So yeah, he took a Shahada. He's Muslim now, and yeah.
You know what's crazy when I to the latter point that you raised was that he reached out to you because he understood the value of that relationship that he had with you prior to him getting incarcerated.
Good point.
And this is something I think a much larger issue is that all of us need to understand and value relationships, that there are people who come into your life for a reason, some for a season, but everybody serves a specific purpose. And like we need to really understand and appreciate and not invalidate what everybody's reason and purpose in being in our life. So here you are, somebody who sees your young brother doing what he's doing, but at all instances, you're trying to provide him with the best advice so that he doesn't get jammed up into a situation. So as you stated, now he's in a predicament and he appreciates the people who gave him that advice, gave him the best advice so that he can be the best representation of himself. And although he's in that predicament, he can reflect and say, yo, Hocus always kept it 100 with me. You dig what I'm saying? He wasn't caught up in the glare and the lights and the glitter and all that stuff. He was just focused more on helping me become a better person. And that right there, it speaks volumes. You speak to that a little bit if you don't mind, my brother.
Yeah, I seen the leadership early on. I you know, I'm like, nah, he got it. He got that it factor.
Yeah.
You know, but I can also see the what would I call them? The vampires, the energy thieves, the people who don't really got his best interest from a distance. Like I don't even got to know them. We you know personally, but we can see them. You know, they're only there because he's lit and he's enjoying himself. He's enjoying it as he should, right? But he did listen to me. He always used to listen. He wasn't like a knucklehead, like nah, I'm not. He's like, no, big bro, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? But he's out, so you know he in his predicament. You know, he's in his environment. So yeah, man, I always seen him. I seen that leadership in him, and I'm glad that he took this path. You know, I think that I don't know, man. Everything happened for a reason. It's crazy. Like in the way the universe works, everything happened for a reason. Right.
I think this was a great move for him. You know, the Most High puts us in these positions so we can humble ourselves and answer up. You know, me and my guys, you know, KK and Moshe is Muslim, I'm Rasta. We connected more so with our religions in prison. After coming out of the gang apparatus, so we know exactly what he's contending with and what he's going through, and some of the teachers that he's going to be getting. I'm happy that he did that. I'm happy that he was able to, you know, take the Shahada, you know, join the Muslim faith. There's a lot of great brothers, a lot of OGs, a lot of elders taught me, all my personal brothers. So I think that's a good move for him. I wish I would have got early in my bid. You know, I joined the gang early in my bid and was just wilding. And just like him, you know, he got more charges. I caught a lot of new charges, you know, during the beginning of my bid, which, you know, really extended my time while incarcerated. So I'm glad he wised up before all of us, really.
Yeah.
He wised up before all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got it early.
That's good. That's good, but that shows a lot too. And I had seen Hassan Campbell speak on you in that video earlier. You can mute KK because it's real staticky. But I had seen Hassan do an interview earlier, and yeah, I think it was early today with you in that video. And he said some good things about that as well. But it's great. It's great to see that he, you know, chose his own path and had the courage to do it. Because a lot of people, you know, they didn't have the courage to do that, especially in the box. The box was the worst for me. That's when I needed the support of the homies and all the stuff that I was doing at that time. That's when I actually turned Damu. You know what I'm saying? So you know, for him to do that and to have the fortitude, the foresight to be able to do that now, to make that transition now, I think it's going to change the trajectory of what his bid might have been. You see what I'm saying? Going in as a gangbanger and, you know, getting in the New York cars or whatever he has to face at this time, you know, with his prison sentence or whatever, however it got to go, coming back to the community, you know, being in there, I think it's gonna help his stay be a lot easier, a lot better. and he's gonna have a lot smarter moves. He's gonna be making a lot of smarter moves and connected with a lot of smarter people. You know?
I'm gonna be. I don't know, KK. You want to say something? Pardon me, bro. I saw your mic was off. Pardon me. Excuse me.
Yeah, no, that's all right, bro. I was gonna just speak to the actual taking the just the process. I know a lot of individuals go through, man, when they find a law and they take they end up taking their shahada, and in usually the first thing, man, you be tired, you know, tired of just the conditions, tired of what you're going through, and wanting to find purpose. And when I was listening to the interview, one of the things he had said is like how good he was feeling, regardless of what was happening, and he was feeling good, and that resonated with me because like once you that void, a lot of time we don't know what it is, right? But when you find structure and purpose in your life, right, and for me it was the same thing. It was a law, and that once that measuring stick is set, it's like everything else becomes easier. I mean, because now you got your guide, so it's like, man, I got the ultimate guide now to life. You know what I'm saying? I got the guide to life now. No matter where I'm at, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I can navigate. I can navigate through it. Moshe, I wanted you to go into some more on that, just on the aspects of the actual shahada, though, too.
So I'm gonna lead up to that, and thank you for that, KK. So the thing about it is that I really appreciate Kay Flocka reaching out to Hocus, and I really appreciate Hocus for coming on We Locked In to share that encounter, because this is a really important moment, man. We're talking about so many different things. When we're talking about the gang subculture, that's something that has impacted our communities, and it has literally spread like wildfire. Something that we've all, whether directly or indirectly, contributed to, right? The second thing is the issue of quote unquote drill music, where our youth are now being targeted by the very institutions and systems that perpetuate this ideology of ignorance, right? Yet now the youth themselves are being targeted and blamed. But then there's another issue of incarceration and mass incarceration and the criminal injustice system and so on and so forth, right? So all of these various layers also have other different sub issues that we can speak to in their respective rights. But with regards to the issue pertaining to Kay Flocka, announcing his shahada, right? I remember years ago, it took me my 17th year, to Mikey and KK's point. It took me my 17th year of being in prison to announce my shahada after being blood for 18 years, right? And at that point, I was just like, I just lost my mother. My mother had literally just died. Well, prior to that, my maternal grandmother had died. I had already lost my brother in 2005. I already lost my sister in 1999. I lost my mother later on that year on Christmas of 2014. All of this while I'm in the box. And you guys know, right? We spent an exorbitant amount of time in SHU. So I'm in the box. All this is happening. I'm going to funerals. I'm coming. I'm just like literally at a point where I was at wit's end. And I remember coming to the cell and falling on the floor and just like putting my hands up in the air and saying, I need help. Because I was at a point in my life where it was like, everybody thought that, Moshe was the big homie, you could Moshe this, Moshe that. But internally, me, the real me, I was crying on my knees. So what everybody else thought outside the cell, the real me was reduced to on my knees asking Allah for help. I need help because I can't go on no more, and I need strength. I need help, and I don't know if I can make it no more. So to get to that point right there is when I announced my shahada. And to KK's point, so what is that? You get to a point where you realize that, and hopefully it has come to him in this manner, and I pray it did, and Allah knows best, that he got to a point where he stopped being concerned more about the personalities, the worship of what we do with each other, reputation, the influence, all the stuff that comes with who we are. And he said, you know what? I want to surrender all that. I don't want to be caught up in that no more. I would prefer to worship the only one who has the right, the sole right to be worshiped, which is our creator, the one who gave us life, the one who gives us air to breathe, and so on and so forth. So that part of that is important, because now you're at a point where you're like, yo, man, I don't want to be associated with all the other stuff that has relegated me to these unfortunate conditions. I would prefer to be a vessel where I'm doing the work of that Allah will be pleased with. And the second part of that shahada is that you want to live your life according to the example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. So that's striving to live righteous. And that's a fight, Because although Kay Flocka has announced his Shahada, he's going to be tested. We know he's going to be tested. There's going to be people who come into his life to say, he's just fronting. He's trying to get out of jail. Or, yo, that's that rapper dude. I got one up on him. He going to be tested. Yeah, he ain't a real Muslim. He's going to go through so much tests. And that's when the true Kay Flocka is going to really manifest itself on a different level as he continues to fight his own personal, battles. So make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all tuned in, man. We here. We ain't been on deck in a minute. I see my boy Joey P pulled up, my comrade, who I know.
What's up, brother?
We got Jay Burton in the building, but
Mikey B.
We Nation, what's up? You already know. Let's go.
Thank y'all for
Red
pulling
and blue,
up.
baby.
You already know, man.
Peace.
Yeah, we up here rocking with the bro.
Yeah, we up here. We talking to the brother Hocus, man, who had the opportunity, man, to interview the young brother, man, Kay Flocka, who recently announced his Shahada, and unfortunately, he's faced with some serious charges, man. The Fed snatched him out of Rikers Island and brought him to the Fed. And this is a teenager. Like, when did you ever hear of anything like that? Yo, Hocus, what's your view on that whole thing? Not so much the case and the particulars, but the fact that he was where he was as a young man that he is, and they brought him to the Feds.
Wow.
You on mute, Hope.
My fault. My mic was on. Yeah. I be talking to Big Pete. Salute, bro. Pistol Pete father, Big Pete, the one that. So he's actually working on the RICO, like getting the RICO, basically getting especially a lot of black brothers home from the RICO. It's a trumped up charge, and the way he break it, y'all got to get him on here, bro, because the way he break it down, he makes so much sense. Lawfully, it's illegal to what they doing with this RICO thing to us, because none of us is in no RICO. Nobody no black man yet that they ever locked up really committed a RICO for none. And when he break it down, you're gonna be like, yo, this is right. So he working with some powerful lawyers right now, some other powerful brothers that's doing their thing, and he's trying to get his son out, of course, especially out that 23-1. How you sentence somebody to that? But as far as with Kay Flocka, like you say, he was a teen. He's a baby. Hey, come on, you don't got the capability to put together a RICO, man. Come on, man. Like I'm passionate about that. That shit bothers me, bro.
Yeah, it does. I was talking to Mo and KK. We had discussed that before as well. They be trumping up the charges. I seen dudes get caught in a RICO for cuttings. Like,
come on, bro.
A couple dollars, one gun, maybe. That ain't organized crime, bro. They trumping that up.
That's a fact.
They trumping that stuff up, and they just trying to stamp dudes terrorists. Like, this is crazy.
And the statute, real quick, the statute says something like, it says something like this, right? Similar, something like, basically you have to have like a business and be funding the business, and you have to it have to be something really like that, like a real business. Like, dudes, just come on, it ain't RICO. It's not RICO, man.
Yeah, and Rod Diggs, and I know Joey P and Jay Burton, man. Jay Burton has a different, I'm sure his different perspective, because he's been locked up almost 35 years. This the thing, right? We can speak to all of the, and this is my thing. Now, it's no question our people, the youth in particular, no matter what ghetto that they're in America, and Kay Flocka is just an example of that, right? Are being targeted on a crazy level, right? These trumped up charges. I just mentioned Rod Diggs. They gave Rod Diggs 12 life sentences in the Feds. Bro. Yeah, and that's my little bro. I love Rod. Rod, know I love him. Free Rod Diggs.
Free Rod Diggs for real.
Life sentences plus 130 years.
Come on, it's crazy.
That to me is a message being sent to all of us, right? To Hocus's point, what did he do to warrant getting more time than John Gotti? I'm just saying.
more time than the son of Sam.
Right, yo. So, and I'm not saying John Gotti should have got life in the Feds either. I'm just saying, come on, let's really stop. Like, let's.
David Berkowitz, though, son of Sam.
Hey,
how you get more time than son of Sam?
Could I say something to that, Moshe?
Come on.
Can I say something to that? Although I just jumped in the conversation, but I can pick up real quick. What they're trying to do, they believe he knows something. So what they're going to do that kind of stuff because in their mind, they twisted way of thinking he's going to give up what they want to hear. So you come up with this crazy twisted type of stuff. Hopefully you got some good lawyers, some good constitutional lawyers that know how to fight this and defend him, right? But in the meantime, just based on what I've heard so far, it's more likely got more to deal with. We know you know something, so we're about to do all kind of foul stuff to you until you tell us something, so we can knock down what our key intention is, knock down this. But we're gonna do this to you, and we're gonna keep squeezing you until we figure something out. Hopefully he don't know nothing. Hopefully he stay strong. I mean, I'm in here for some murders, attempted murders since 1989, since I was 16 years old. I haven't said not one thing, but not many of us can last this long and endure the shit that we go through. Today is a different time than when I came back in the late 80s. In today's time, motherfuckers is not trying to do that kind of time. And I'm not saying nothing about him. So I believe that they using this as a tactic. Hopefully I'm right, and they don't get what they want, and he got some good constitutional attorneys that's gonna get him up out of there. But I'm just saying it must be something. It seemed like it has something to do with that.
I think the tactic is to get everybody to gang bang so we can throw everybody in jail easier. I think that's
for sure. I just want to say this too to what Jay was saying though, right? The young brother know nothing. He's an artist. He's a musician. You know what I'm saying? And he was transforming the world with his music. It went mainstream. And what happens to our people when we become mainstream and we don't conform to whatever it is, they find ways to put you down. So he's speaking from there right now, telling these young kids that, yo, look, not just the young kids, older men, older women, that, yo, live your life, man. You know, basically, and I just want to say, inshallah, may Allah free that brother, because he was transforming the world, and he has a voice to change so many people's lives. So he should be out here right here on this podcast with us, talking what we're talking about. So let's free that brother, God willing, man.
And do y'all know about the $1 billion jail that they building in the Bronx?
What?
Nah.
Yeah, they building a $1 billion jail in the Bronx.
Yeah.
In the Bronx.
In the Bronx. That speaks volumes alone, right there.
More jails?
Yeah.
Huh?
They building more jails?
Yeah, in the Bronx. They if you go look, there's articles about it. They plan on closing down Rikers by 2027. They trying to have it done by 2027. And they're building $1 billion jail in the Bronx, right there by like Mount Haven, off the highway. Like, yeah. So that speaks volumes right there. Go to what Joseph was saying. Who they trying to put in there? Like, come on. No, you said that, Mikey B. You said that they want everybody to start gangbanging, right?
Yeah.
Push that culture. Yeah, to put who they gonna fill the jails up with? Like,
because I remember years ago, you know, when they started and they basically converted over, like, damn, who we gonna target now? And them little gang laws started coming out. I remember that, Moshe. We still was sitting in the pen and we watching these laws come out, and you trying to forewarn individuals, like, bro, do you see what's happening?
No,
do you see what they trying to set up?
And I
right?
saw the right.
We
I
talking
saw
about,
the
like,
right in the wall.
charging a person with recruiting, right?
Yeah.
Or if you was a teenager, making you jump somebody. Now it's called, they labeled it, it's a gang assault now.
Gang assault.
And they just kept enhancing it and adding more and more charges onto it and different laws to figure out more ways to charge individuals.
So
now when they do them big sweeps in groups where they go to a neighborhood and snatch up 20, 30 individuals, half of them probably don't even mess with each other, right?
That's
They'll
true.
just pick and use that. It was a gang thing, a conspiracy, and then try to tie everybody in. And that's the thing, what you were saying, though, Hocus. It's about actually challenging that, and bro, like, that has to be. I definitely want to see, bro, to get him on here to actually speak about that too, man, because, you know, what they're doing.
What I want to touch on before we pass it back to Hocus is this point right here, that so Kay Flocka in their generation, they represent, this is what they represent, and I'm speaking not about him, I'm talking generally
That
about
generation,
the youth in their generation. They represent a break from the past, and this, as you know, historically, the youth have always been at the forefront of revolution and change in the world. right? But when you're speaking about underrepresented or underserved communities always historically have posed a threat to the status quo. These individuals who they are criminalizing through all forms of music and etc., right, represent to them the biggest threat that they can imagine. You know why? Because they can't control them. They have their own way of thinking. They have their own minds. They do what they want to do, when they want to do it, and how they want to do it. And they feel like nobody. So this, to Jay Burton's point, is a message being sent to all of us. This is not just to Kay Flock. This is to all of us to get our ASSs in line, right? And they use these figureheads as examples to show this is what we will do. Listen, the tactics have not changed. They continue to do the same thing. They will use somebody like Kay Flock as a pariah so that we turn on him and make it appear as if he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing. Granted, he can get to a point and understand, you know what? Perhaps the subculture that I was a part of, perhaps I could use my influence more. But that's at a point that he gets to. Right. The society itself is playing a strategic game, and I agree with Jay Burton on this. But what were we going to say, Hocus? Pardon me, y'all.
No, bro. I'm just sitting here agreeing with you. I agree with you 1,000,000%. You know, like you said earlier, he got a lot of challenges to face, and when you were saying that, it got me really thinking. Like, yeah, he gonna have people testing him all the time. Okay. Like, you know, he got a few hurdles to overcome, but he's strong. He's solid. He one of us. Like, I see it when I talk to him. He's passionate. He's a real one. He's hard body. He's standing strong on his conviction, and he's not afraid. You know what I'm saying? And not being afraid, being tough, not afraid is he did early what I talked about on the podcast with you on the prison talk, Jay Burton, when I said when she asked me like what was one of the hardest lessons is letting go of my pride and my ego and caring about what other people think. Right. He did that early. Obviously, for him to want to put this message out right now, he knows the flack he's going to get from it. But you know, I don't care. This is who I am. I'm standing on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna set me like this. If you really love me anyway, you're gonna set it. If not, then it is what it is. Y'all already know how I give it up. So it's like I ain't afraid of nothing. I'm putting my hands in God, right? When he took a Shahada. So he said, God got me. So it's nothing y'all can do with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I respect him for that.
Let him know something. I was sorry about that. Okay. Let him know the next time you talk to him that there comes a point in our life that we are put in this dark room for a reason, because it's going to give us time to go through all the craziness and all the stuff. It's going to give us time to think, right? Then there's going to be one slither of light, and that light is going to be your hope. And his hope was the light to Allah, right? He's seen that, but the key thing is that he cannot allow peer pressure to deter his mission. What I mean by that, a lot of times you're gonna hear all the flack, but that's part of the test. The peer pressure is part of the test. And then when you got a system that's hell bent on the next Messiah, remember back in this the COINTELPRO, we still got the COINTELPRO. When they got the next Messiah, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that he don't rise. They made that clear back in the days. They would never let the next black Messiah rise again. And they serious about that.
They're giving us.
So whenever
they're giving them to us.
Go ahead. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
They're giving us the ones they want us to worship. The athletes,
yes,
the musicians.
But they're not the black messiahs.
They're paying them. They're getting billions of dollars. Not millions. They're giving them billions to what? To corrupt the community, to corrupt and to push what they want to push. So what? Once you push a certain pusher, now it's easy for us to do whatever we want with the guys that's following it, right? Because, like, remember, before Snoop Dogg came to the East Coast, gangbanging came from the West Coast through music. It went across America to the South and everywhere else through the music. It was promoted to us through the music. We got to do a video. We got the movies first, colors and all that stuff. So we was getting into the music with NWA and Ice-T, but a little bit. But the music, the movies get visual, with Colors and all that stuff they was doing.
Colors and Boys in the Hood.
And then no, but they got better at manufacturing the music. At first, the East Coast wasn't accepting that stuff. Being honest, they in the 90s,
Yeah.
it really hit. It really hit, and really people started following it in the 90s. In the 80s, we wasn't. The New York was on their own time. The East, the down south, everybody was on their own time. They got better at manufacturing and moving it. Once they moved it and it took root and it blew across America, now that shit is on every continent, right? Everybody want to be that. Look, almost every rapper you see coming out now, they got some type of flag on. Right?
Hell yeah.
They know they gonna get signed, they gonna get some rhythm. Everybody got a flag on. Girls, guys, I see girls coming out. Everybody got a flag. Everybody. If they ain't start with a flag, 2 or 3 videos down the road, they got one of the 4th video, and now they hitting. Look at that girl Scar. I was watching, I've been following her for a long time. When she had the video with her hair out, just talking about herself. She wasn't talking about nothing about a flag. Once she put a flag in that video and she was running through the community with all them kids, now she's lit. Just being honest. You heard?
Right.
Yes.
So, but
Bro,
once you pick that flag up, you join a name. Once you put a name to an organization, then you could be RICO'd, bro.
Mikey, I don't mean to cut you off. Put the link in the chat because I got to go to the mosque to offer prayer.
All right, I'll put it in right now. All right, but that's the
all right,
whole,
Mikey B. Yeah.
Yes, in the chat. But let me just finish this. Understand this.
Right.
What Hocus just said. In the Bronx, they building $1 billion prison. With them building that $1 billion prison, how much money are they going to make? Right? With the people that they house in there, which is going to be predominantly black men out of New York, right? That's going to be population.
Yeah.
That's going to be population control, and they're going to be making money off it. Win-win, bro. This is not by mistake. This is
then we look at the other aspects because they put their stuff together like, all right, now how are we going to get these bodies in here? All right, because that becomes this is business.
Already know they're going to get the bodies in here. They got it right
market.
there.
We got to do whatever we can to fill these jails up. All right,
they got them already.
Oh, they gonna do that.
Drugs that's not the manufactured in our communities. The drugs that's not manufactured in our communities, right? That's how they're gonna do it. They're gonna pump it in just like they pumped it to California, just like they started over there, and they pushed it all over here, bro. All that stuff was projects. All that stuff they did, bro. And they showed us. They told us. We got all the information, bro. Maxine Waters been sued the government for putting those drugs in LA, putting those guns in LA. We know that's a fact now. We know they did that.
And it's crazy because even with the music, we know that now with the music. That's just coming out so much now.
Ain't no drugs and guns made in our communities, bro. How they always there? It's never a shortage, bro. It's never a shortage.
Never.
And then listen, and then we all from the same communities, no matter where we from, right?
Yeah.
Them bill cases. As long as you hustling and you making money on that corner, you ain't never leaving until somebody kill you or till they come lock you up. Leave them alone. Let them bubble. Let them bubble. We know how it go. Let them bubble.
Word.
But before they come for you, you got the best run of your life because they let you bubble, and they can get you off that corner whenever they want to. Because you think you doing something, but you really not. You're really not doing nothing. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead, KK. It's a setup, though, bro.
Yeah, one of the things is crazy because just with the music stuff and just how much stuff is being pushed out there, and you don't know how big a business that is. Then just like with any other business, you promote, you market, you find ways to actually fulfill your bottom line, basically. And the bottom line is when them building the actual prison is to fill it. How are they going to do it? We got to get the minds of the kids. We got to get the minds of these young people. We got to keep promoting nonsense, right? To have dudes thinking. So this shows the other side of the importance of why Kay Flocka, him wanting to speak out and speak against stuff and promote what's right and what's good and what's healthy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of glorifying me beefing with somebody or wanting to shoot somebody or me gaining a reputation just for that, when we know that reputation ain't nothing. I mean, nothing. All it is destructive, and basically adding to their bottom line. So it's like, listen, we get them more to promote this clicking and ganging, and then we can go get a law about them clicking and ganging. You know what I'm saying? It just adds on. So now when you have individuals that know that has to get put out there, bro. So dudes understand, and you can start waking people up even more, and we start taking care of each other. Oh,
Hey, yo, let me say something real quick about what Mikey B. Mikey B just said some wild shit, right? And he said, you know, like for the artists out there, you put a flag on whether it's red, blue, right? And you performing music and you are like being seen as a gang member, but you really an artist though, you know, you just following the trend, or maybe you just come from that neighborhood, right? But they can associate you with a crime if you are with criminals, if you're hanging around them, or if you know them. And like for guys who are on probation, they say you can't hang around people who are on probation. So they're trying to separate all of us, right? So I understand what you meant by, you know, the artists out here, like I said, artists, what they doing to Young Thug right now. You know what I'm saying? It's prime example. You know what I mean? So people got to realize that, yo, you have to be cautious and careful in the images that you display in society, especially on these YouTubes, and because people watching you, man. Whether you just doing it for success, they might not take it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let me chime in. Look, what we must understand is that being a gang member is not illegal unless you're on probation or parole. You're under some kind of court imposed thing. Then they got action that fucking over you. But if you're not under no kind of court imposed type of restrictions, being a gang member isn't illegal. So that's why they don't go around arresting all gang members just because you're a gang member. They got to have a charge to it before they can say, okay, this we're gonna attack. First, we're gonna find you guilty for this, but we're gonna give you some more time because you're a gang member. Because we saying you did it for the benefit of your gang, right? But we got to. That's why I said about getting constitutional lawyers, because they know more about the Constitution. Most of us don't know shit. So the thing is, when we start, these people are trampling on our constitutional rights. But one thing about gangs, but when I speak gangs, Bloods, and Crips, they are not a threat to the government. And being that they're not a threat to the government, they're going to let gangs flourish so they can continue to do what they do, is fill up them prisons. Because we give the impression to the youth that it's cool to come to prison. That's part of being a gang member. So when we start that false idea that it's cool to be in prison, then those who want to join gangs or be a part of the gang, because I can't tell you to join it or not. But my thing is, if you're going to join it, change the game. When you in it, change the game so this shit can start working for us. Because at the end of the day, I don't think gang banging going nowhere no time soon. But we got to be careful. If we get in them courts, y'all got family that's getting in them courts, they trying to throw gang stuff on them. First of all, I want to exercise my constitutional right. Show me where it states that being in a gang is illegal. Not the activities, but being a part of a gang. That within itself, it's not illegal, bro. And that's why when people be getting injunctions put on their hoods, all right, if I'm under parole or probation, okay, you got me. But if I'm not, injunction that's a violation, huh? That's just like apartheid.
This is why when why it's so important for us, bro, just changing the narrative, period. I mean, because we don't never denounce anything where we come from or who we with, but now it's just about us really changing that narrative. So when we were talking about being incorporated and being a legal entity, right? As far as the gang is concerned, it becomes now we can go into these courts, right? We can really get behind them and hold them down, just like any other organization. But now you got to structure ourselves in a way. It's like, nah, man, he ain't a part of nothing bad. We promote him going to school. We promote him exercising his particular rights, showcasing his talent, pushing. You know what I'm saying? Pushing whatever it is he's trying to do in life. This is what we're supporting and we're pushing. We're not advocating no criminal activity, none of that. So when we band together and stand and step up for them, like they really not gonna have. They ain't gonna have no fight. But as long as we separate it and keep, promoting nonsense and pushing like, oh yeah, the street stuff, oh yeah, man, criminal stuff or jail shit's cool. They gonna keep using that against us.
I think Kay Flocka. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Kay Flock, I think he's wise enough to understand that he agrees with everything that we're saying. I think what he was denouncing was an ideology where the youth who have been influenced in this generation believes that it's all right to think and act the way that they've been acting without any reason for doing so, because the concept of what a lot of youth were doing is predicated on the fact that this happened to this homie, or that happened to this individual, so we're gonna defend and and retaliate and to feel a certain way. This hatred that we're building in our hearts, we don't even know the origins of where this hatred derived from. So he's talking about like an ideology. I don't think he's saying we shouldn't come together and do to uplift ourselves. I think he's saying that we have no grounds to perpetuate a cycle of ignorance, in our communities, when we should be doing everything in our power to uplift our communities. And I think that's the message that he's sending. And I think that's what's more resounding to me. That's why I respect him, because I'm saying, oh, shoot, that's a powerful message to send. Yo, am I wrong? You understand what I'm saying?
While he still has the voice of the streets, while he
overstand.
still has the media, while he still has everything behind him, not like he's washed up or washed out. This was a great time for him to start this conversation, though. It was a great time for him. And that is true leadership.
No doubt.
He could have waited till after he got his time. Like we see what happened with Casanova. Maybe a not so thorough or a real, we don't know if you fell back or if you retired or if you dropped the gang or whatever. But he did it at a good time. I think that was a very good time. And to speak to what Jay Burton was saying, there's nothing wrong with you being organized, but I know you don't understand. Like you understand because you're in the loop. But a lot of these kids and a lot of guys that got locked up in these RICO cases, they got locked up during wars, right? A lot of wars, a lot of stuff was going on. You see what I'm saying? And it can go back to kids getting shot. I mean, we could talk about the cases in the Bronx when certain factions going back and forth and kids was getting shot. And this is when the RICO came down on these people, when they were going in the midst of wars. You see what I'm saying? Where people were actually dying. So we can't just say, all right, we can be organized and we act as a company and we out here killing people too, or because that's a whole contradiction. Now, if we're going to do for the betterment and be for the good of our people, then we got to be for that. I was a leader of a gang for a long time. You know what I'm saying? What changed me? While I'm not there, I got homies that's over there, that's in the prison, that was under my tutelage, and I ain't go with them only because when I was in prison and they was in the streets, all I told them was to do the right thing. They didn't listen. You see what I'm saying? We can use our organization for the betterment of ourselves or for the worst of ourselves.
Yeah.
And before I retired, anytime I would contact or communicate with anybody in the streets, I already have book companies. We already had our connection to the music, so we getting money. And I'm like, yo, listen, hold up. Go here. I got these guys going to help you. Get into the music. Let's sell these books. Let's do movies. Let's do this, that, and the third. I wasn't pushing no violent doctrine against my own peoples. And this is why I didn't face some of the things that, my peers had faced at the time of me being in the gang. Because anytime I got on that phone, anything that was like counter to the productiveness and the success of mine, I vetoed that. Yo, listen, what?
Right.
We don't do color banging. We ain't chasing Crips. We chasing some money. We trying to get, we chasing success. That's what we trying to do. We trying to do better for ourselves and our families and be out there. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have that same compassion in leadership. A lot of people don't have that same love and loyalty for their peoples, and it just throw them to the wayside. And that's why you see these people going down like that, bro. Just being honest,
how much? Before I step into this, Maz, I might not hear the answer to this question, but how much of our contributions to the gang subculture do you think we contributed to Kay Flock and his generation?
I mean, I think we contributed because, like I said, we did a lot of the things that he did for years and years. We gangbanged, we were out there on the front line. We was out there, we was getting busy. We was in the mix. I mean, I'm just saying. So, of course, we contribute, but I'm just talking about specific leadership of these individuals. That's where it comes from. Your direct line of communication and contact.
Yeah,
right?
basically, your big
homie is instilling in you what he's giving to your set. This is what this all boils down to, bro. This is what this all boils down to. You see what I'm saying? Who is leading you? Who is leading you? Are they leading you to destruction or are they leading you to success? There's no two ways about that. And I'm not saying, us committing certain acts are automatically going to have people follow our role in our footsteps if they're good acts or bad acts. So you're going to have people that's going to look up to you and hear your name and, want to follow you and follow the things that you do, good or bad. But I'm just talking about, we was leaders, just being honest. That's my story. I was a leader. So me being the person that I am, I said I have to be the betterment for my peoples. I can't be leading everybody to the feds, leading everybody to the grave, leading everybody to destruction and destroying families. I did enough of that when I was out in the community. I did enough of that.
It was crazy because you can see it was crazy with Hocus, man, because you can even see with you, where it come from. I mean, when certain things get handed down, automatically, yo, bro, what books are you reading? I'm saying, what you doing? You going out there to work out? Or you going to hit the law library? What you doing to better yourself? Not just focused on just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? How your family doing? Really stressing those particular points. So now, when you're doing that, it's we get in these situations to get out of the bad situations that we in. So it's if you got a way to get out of it, you get out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point, not to be stuck doing the same thing over and over again to whereas you looking over your shoulder every day, all day, where you got to kill and drill all day, every day. And it's there's no end to it. And this is one of the things I wanted to say before I stop and step out, just changing the narrative, bro. For everybody that's out there that's watching this, listening, whatever, bro, finding your purpose, finding what you want to do in life. For real, you know what I'm saying? And really, really grinding for it, and really, really sticking to it. Not getting distracted by the noise and the nonsense that's going to take you off your path. And that's one of the things, bro, that I appreciate. Not just that interview with you when you talking to bro, when Kay Flocka said, but really finding that and not being afraid to stand on it. I mean, forget what's going on. The only thing that's going to do is going to take you away from your family, put you in a box, in a hole. You're going to be suffering, weren't looking at what you eating, what you drinking, who next to you. You don't want to live like that. You don't.
That's
I'm not, just to be honest, a lot of stuff, once a lot of these dudes is compromised. You got young dudes going down and certain dudes getting caught in these indictments. You got a bunch of dudes out in these streets that's compromised, bro. Honest fact of that in the structure. They compromised. The structures is compromised. Some of these structures already compromised. So if you go there and you there long enough, you automatically go into jail. I seen the same hoods get 3 and 4 indictments back to back. We all seen that. 4 or 5. They in your set. They in your leadership. They in your set. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm being honest. You see what I'm saying? So just on that alone would be enough to say, yo, listen, I'm gonna do what's best for myself. Do what's best for my family. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these situations is already compromised. They compromised. They inside of your set. They have a home. They all in your set. You see what I'm saying? And you got a lot of dudes out here pushing agendas and saying stuff, but you don't see them getting no charges. You don't see them. Their name is mixed into stuff, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And they ain't taking no falls. They ain't going to no courtrooms. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that everybody's compromised, because I don't believe that, but I know a lot of these dudes is compromised. A lot of these dudes is compromised.
Yeah, what I want to say though, I definitely want to thank y'all for making content around this, because y'all pushing the message. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel a type of way. And I'm not gonna say no names. Certain people who act like they for anti-gun violence, cure violence programs, they did not post the message. And it's I just feel like y'all must be Hocus for fifth haters, but this ain't about me, man. This young boy really got the voice to help change this generation. He is the voice. He is the young king of this generation. Hands down, the most influential coming out of our city. Hands down. You know what I mean? So for people to not share this, but think about them who didn't share it. I salute y'all for doing content about it, because we gonna keep pushing it. This is what we're supposed to be doing. And like you said, Moshe asked if we contribute. Yeah, we did. But we gotta be the ones to do what we doing now. Look at the mess. Look what we doing now. Somebody got to do this, and who better than the ones who've been through it? So salute to y'all. I gotta run, I gotta go pick somebody up. And say salute to y'all for having me on here. But and salute to y'all for doing content around this and pushing that message for real.
Yeah, we appreciate you for tapping in, man. We appreciate the work that you're doing out here in the community, for giving us, homie, a voice from the pen to come out here and to give us that message, is to give us, new information and new things, ways to attack and deal with the stuff we dealing with. Because I'm on the front line. We on the front line in our communities, working and working with youth, trying to change the narrative out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We do it on the internet as well, but we come on the internet every now and then. We outside every day. You know what I'm saying? We in a community doing this work every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's great to see what you're doing. I'm glad, we appreciate what you bring to the internet, that information, and that whole different narrative. A lot of guys picked up on it. I hope more people pick up on it.
Talking about that channel, man. So I'm gonna go to that channel, man. Hocus 4/5 Rabbit Hole, man. Make sure
make sure y'all follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Clubhouse, Hocus 4/5, everywhere. Just Google Hocus 4/5, everything. You know what I mean? Hocus 4/5 Rabbit Hole. Also, that's every night at 11 p.m. I'm in the rabbit hole. So hit my Instagram and just follow me from there. You'll see everything.
Salute to you, bro. We appreciate you for tapping in.
My brothers, y'all already know.
You already know, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, Kate, it's like my thing is, it's like we gotta, homie he did a good thing with that, man. He did a good thing with that. I'm glad Kay Flocka reached out to him. And I'm glad he changed his life early. You know what I'm saying? We were a little bit more dumb than him. We were, we were late, a little bit later. You know what I'm saying?
And these are the stories that need to be pushed.
Right.
Bro, these are stories that need to be pushed, bro.
Right, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. It was a good look. That was good to see. It was good to see, homie, come out with that. You know what I'm saying? Live from the box. You know what I'm saying? Yo, salute to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all know, we ain't been up here in a minute. We're gonna be back more often. We got a few good shows, some fire, powerful shows coming your way. WeLockedN ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We doing work. We've been a little busy. Very busy. But we're gonna find time to come up here and make sure we get y'all this content. You know what I'm saying? A lot of new stuff coming y'all way. You know what I mean? Any last words before we tap out?
Man, I just appreciate the people, man, and really, man, push what's right, man. All this nonsense that's going on, man. Stand on what's right. Stand on the side of good, man. It's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You know what I'm saying? There's a war going on outside for real. I mean, make sure you choose the right side.
Word up, man. Just want to, say free that young man. You know what I mean? He gonna have his day in court soon. We all gonna see it. It's a lot coming our way with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad, he ain't wait till he was behind the 8 ball to, make the right decisions. But I gotta tap out. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? You already know what's WeLockedN. Salute.
Free French.
Hello? Yes, I am. Okay.